Wild animals belong to the wild, but that has not always been the case. According to Wildlife Friends Foundation Thailand, or WFFT in short, Thailand, like every other country in the world, still faces the issues of animals' abuse and exploitation for profit or simply human gratification. Apart from exploitation in the tourism industry, there's still a thriving illegal trade in the wild animals for pets and medicine.
We should be forbidding the keeping of wild animals as pets, and not just the Thai animals that are currently already prohibited under Thai law, but also foreign species. Keeping of little monkeys from South America like marmosets and capuchin monkeys. We shouldn't have otters as pets, and even nowadays a new hit is having lions at home. There are hundreds of lions kept as pets in Thailand, which is completely legal at this moment. This should be forbidden, this should be completely controlled, and actually we should tell people that this is a no-no. Very often in Thailand people keep these animals, as they say in Thai, sang barami, like a status symbol to show your power and wealth. And I think that's the wrong kind of message. We should stop that.
Back in 2001, with the help of local people from Phetchaburi province, including the abbot of the Wat Phra Putthabat Khao Luk Chang, who loaned a large piece of land for the cause, Wildlife Friends Foundation Thailand, or WFFT, was founded with the mission to rescue domesticated, captive and injured wild animals, with the ultimate goal to send them back into the wild.
We have currently on an area of 470 rai, so that's 70 hectares big, 850 animals in total, 27 of these elephants, 31 bears, 300 monkeys, almost 100 gibbons, the odd chimpanzee orangutans, civets, cat species, even puma from Northern America. Anything that people keep as pets ends up here. It's quite a strange idea to see animals all the way from Africa or South America at a rescue center in Thailand, but it does happen. We got them.
There's so many injured animals who come in and they take care of them and put them back in the wild, which is wonderful. But the other thing is that, I've experienced some of the monkeys who have just been kept as animal pets, and they can't be put back in the wild. So this is a wonderful foundation. They give them space, so they have the feeling of freedom and everything. And I can understand, the babies, all tiger babies, monkey babies, they look adorable. So of course one wants to have one. But then, they grow up and they get aggressive often, and then nobody wants them anymore. But then they're stuck in a cage or so. So I think that's very sad.
The best rescue is a rescue where at the end the animal goes back to the wild. But if you have an elephant like these girls over here who have been working in the tourism industry for 50 years, they don't have the instinct to find their own food, to live in a herd in the wild. Besides that, where do we have still habitat available for these animals to live the rest of their lives? No, I'm afraid that for some animals it is an impossibility to return them back to the wild. But we do return a lot of animals back to the wild, such as monkeys and gibbons with special release programs. And especially for an animal, for example, that's been injured by traffic or electricity, they come in with an injury, we treat them for 1 or 2 weeks. Within that time, their behavior doesn't really change. So putting them back again in the wild is an option, a very good option. But again, if an animal's been living for decades with humans, it's going to be impossible.
Wildlife should be in the wild. And so that's why I like to support this foundation, because sometimes we think that we can, just because it's there, we can sort of do something with it, What is the use for us? Whereas sometimes nature should be just left to nature. And one could maybe resist. I mean, we have cats and dogs we can take as pets, and I think that's maybe a better idea than using the wild animals who should be in the wild.